Well, hi there, everybody, and good Friday morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here. Still a very complicated weather forecast for the next couple of days. Now, so far today, it's been mostly just some widespread rainfall, but there has been a little snow off towards the north and the west. Now, as we go through your day today, first off, what I'll say is the FUTURECAST is overdone with the snow. We have had reports of snow in places like Ainsworth, Thedford, and Ogallala, but so far nothing farther southeast from there. But there are locations really from about an Imperial to O'Neill line, north and westward, where there is going to be a chance of snow yet this morning. Mostly otherwise going to be rainfall, but the chances of rain will drop as we go through the day today. A lightning rainfall by later on this afternoon. Overnight tonight, most of us will actually be on the dry side, much smaller chances of rain, and maybe some snow mixed in later in the night into tomorrow morning if we do even see precipitation. The farther south you go, the better chance you have of seeing a little bit of that moisture out there. And then as we go into your day Saturday, we'll start to see rain chances pick back up during the day, especially in the southern and eastern parts of the viewing area. This should be mostly rain. It should warm up enough that it should be mostly rain, especially by the afternoon hours. And then that chance will continue overnight Saturday night, again, especially favoring southern and eastern areas. Now, as we get into Sunday, our main area of low pressure continues to strengthen, and it starts to finally lift a little bit to the northeast, because basically it's going to be spending Saturday down in eastern New Mexico. It starts to lift northeast, and we'll have a direction path towards the Kansas City area during the day on Sunday into Sunday night. And as that lifts in, we'll see that precipitation become heavier and rain mixed with snow, a possibility late Saturday night and then during the day Sunday as well, especially more favoring in the morning hours here. Now, again, who sees rain and who sees snow? That's kind of still a big question mark. Now, notice as you get out towards the west and the northwest, those chances of precipitation get much, much lower. Now, here's the deal. We're going to see quite a bit of heavy precipitation on Sunday. Sunday is going to be the heaviest precipitation of the entire weekend. So some pretty good rainfall, pretty good steady rain is going to be on the way. But not only that, we could see, again, if it does change over to snow, heavy snowfall, enough to potentially account for the amount of melting we will see. And that means some accumulating snowfall is not out of the question. Now, for the most part, because of the time of the year, it's tough to forecast more than a couple of inches more, or a couple of inches of snowfall. I mean, some forecast models want to go a foot of snow or more, but most do not. At this point, I think with the amount of melting we'll see, more than likely we will see totals under 5 inches and more likely in the 1 to 2 inch range out there. But again, if you start to see those higher totals up there around 4 or 5 inches of snowfall, that's when we could see problems, because a lot of trees already have leaves on them. It's going to make them very, very heavy. This is going to be a very heavy, wet snowfall. Not only that, it's going to be very blustery. We're talking wind gusts over 40 miles per hour on Sunday, so blowing snow could create very poor travel conditions. Now, as of right now, there are no advisories or warnings out for winter headlines, but that is certainly something to keep in mind. Sunday night, still some of that rain and snow sticking around before kind of wrapping up on Monday, and that's as far out as my forecast model goes. But Monday morning should be the last of that precipitation, although small chances will linger into the next couple of days, early next week here. Now, again, we have a couple of rounds of that precipitation. The one that's going on right now, that's dropping up to around an inch or so of moisture, mostly going to be under an inch of rainfall, but still a decent little rain that we've seen so far out of the system, kind of winding down. We get that break tonight, and then tomorrow and Sunday, more beneficial moisture on the way. Again, much of this falls as rain or wet snowfall that would be melting as it reaches the surface, but of course this is also counting for snowfall that does accumulate. If you melted it down, what kind of liquid precipitation would we be talking about? Well, we're talking about liquid equivalent precipitation in the range of 1.5 to 3 inches across a large portion of the area if you combine the two storm systems that we're seeing over the next 3 days. Lower totals off towards the northwest. So some really good beneficial moisture on the way. That's the one thing I'll tell you that's good about this upcoming weekend. Now, I wouldn't so much focus on the high temperatures for today, as temperatures will likely be falling during the day. They're at their warmest in some cases right now. But the better chances of snow mixing with the rain off towards the north and out towards the west today. Again, moisture chances going down this afternoon. And then just mostly rain as you get towards the south and out towards the east, although those chances will be lightening up as we go through the day today. As we look at the forecast for the next several days, again, good chances of moisture. Again, we are seeing, especially today, that guaranteed chance, and then again Sunday. Saturday's nearly a guarantee. Now, farther to the north and west Saturday, your chance is not as much of a guarantee here. But again, during the nighttime hours, especially late night and then the morning hours, snow mixing with that rain may be heavy enough to overcome for the melting snowfall. We'll see. As we move into next week, starting to warm up a little bit on Monday. Still some lingering rain and snow in the morning, and then a small chance of rain in the afternoon. We'll keep small chances of rain going Tuesday and Wednesday as well as we get back into the lower 60s. It looks like towards the end of next week, Thursday and Friday, temperatures warming back up into the 60s and maybe even 70s, and drier conditions expected. So still a very complicated forecast, even though we are getting closer, especially when you're talking about snow. Again, when you're talking about snow, it's already tough to forecast, but you can at least get a good idea if you're talking about January, February, March. But when you get into April and May, it's much tougher to forecast snow because of that warm air trying to account for how much melting will take place. So again, complicated forecast, but just stay tuned to the forecast if any winter weather headlines do get issued out there. Along with that, again, just enjoy the fact that we are getting some good moisture this upcoming weekend. So there is that forecast. Until next time, I'll actually be here Saturday night for the 6 and 10 o'clock show, so I'll be forecasting Saturday evening sometime. I'll be sending out a video as well. So there you go. Until next time, this weekend, I'm meteorologist Travis Klineski. Hope you all have a great weekend ahead.